I'm sorry I didn't film this. You guys have seen my long pipe plenty of times.
You think it's so fucking funny, huh?
So the O2 sensor was hitting the firewall right here. So I cut the pipe, ratchet strap to pull it that way. Made that pipe, welded it in. That's now optimized for flow. You know, you see how the kinks, yeah, it's good for flow. Trust me. Yeah, oil pressure gauge installed. I drilled a hole here. I'm gonna make a little access panel to add oil into the transmission. So we'll have a little transmission access panel. All right, I'm gonna throw this back in and then we'll do the transmission stuff. Exhaust is in, O2 sensors are in. I have the O2 sensor wires run through here. And what I'm gonna do now is install little wire holders for those. So the wires aren't dangling. Zip tie some wires so that we don't have any loose stuff hanging around. And then, let's see what's next. Oh yeah, access panel. Alright, transmission is filled, plug is back in. I'm going to 3D scan this area and make a little latch that opens and closes, and then the cap of it will have a magnet in it, so it'll snap onto this, and then it will hold the hose and funnel next time. So, I don't know if I'll do that this episode, but that's what's coming for that. Now, clutch line is attached right here. Clutch line is on and it's kind of routed. I think I'm gonna go under there, zip tie it some more, and maybe do a little thing with it here because I don't like how it just kind of dangles here. It's kind of annoying, but this is the only way it fits, and even then it's still hitting here, which is kind of dumb. I wish it didn't hit, but what can you do? Yeah, and then I'm going to bleed the clutch. I'm not going to film this. You know how to bleed a clutch. You put fluid in, you pump it. Well, I've lost track of what I've done. I've been trying to get Real Dash working. I got it working on the computer, but I can't get it to work on Android. Which sucks because I want to use it on Android. Tidied up these wires here. Still got to do it back here. Ran a smaller wire for that. Ran an alternator wire, so alternator's charging. I put the intake pipe on because it just wasn't revving right at all. I think the throttle body's like too short, so the map sensor gets like overwhelmed or something. I don't know how it works. I got this guy on. I got the brake line attached, so the brake line is now attached to the firewall. I didn't show this ever, but that's the Automator oil pressure sender. This is a 1/8 inch BSPT to 1/8 inch NPT adapter, and then a 90-degree 1/8 inch NPT adapter. So that get this out of the way of the crank. That's on there. That's going to the analog oil pressure gauge that you saw inside. Coolant is bled. Carb doesn't even go above 90 at idle, which it used to go way above that. Clutch is bled. Transmission is filled. Oh, and got some bad news. My steering rack rebuild didn't really work. It all came out of the side, so I'm guessing one of these seals, either the inner one or the outer one, are not sealing. So whenever I steer left or right, all the power steering fluid just comes right out. So steering rack's gonna have to come out again. I'm gonna order another rebuild kit. Try to change that seal. It's gonna be a lot harder getting the steering rack out now that the engine is in. So transmission access panel is printing. So this is the floor It's just going to be like that. I'm going to make some sort of lid eventually. I'm just test printing right now to see if it will actually fit. Car's running really well now. I did some more tuning. I have the ECU set to modeled fuel now, which is VE tuning, which is a lot better. In my opinion, it's a lot easier. You don't have to worry about injector timings and all that shit. You just set up the injector dead time table. The ECU does most of it. So if you don't know, VE is volumetric efficiency. So basically your every load and every RPM, how efficient the engine is at moving air in and out of itself. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but it's a lot easier to tune. Got the wideband working to correct anything, so I'm basically just using the lambda correction percentage to tune it, I guess you could say. So if the lambda says I'm 4% out, you know, the lambda is correcting 4%, I lower or raise the volumetric efficiency by that much, and it seems to work. So I'm just going to start taking the steering rack out now. I'll figure it out though. Hopefully I don't have to buy a new steering rack because that would suck. Next video is going to be the floor, all that stuff. Just going to be replacing that because that needs to really be done. Here's the test print. And it fits absolutely perfectly. That's going to wrap up this one. Another random video. Here's what's going on with the steering rack, actually. So this side is completely leaking. I don't know from where. I think just the seal itself is leaking. But this side is sealed well, but put it back together, and it's leaking out of that little pinhole. You see that little hole? It's squirting out of there, which I don't understand how that works. I didn't even know the steering shaft has fluid inside it. So that's super weird. I had to do some research. Probably gonna have to rebuild it again. But the good thing is now all I have to do is replace the 2 outer seals and that's it. So it's not like a full rebuild. That will literally take like 20 minutes. Well, taking it out sucks, but once it's out, it'll take like 20 minutes. Punch the shaft out, take, you know, the whole gear thing off. Still sucks though. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why there's fluid coming out of that little hole. I'll figure it out and I'll let you guys know. That's gonna wrap up this video. Next video, I think I'm gonna replace the floor. I'm gonna try to replace the floor this weekend. I ordered Corbeau seat rail because I wanted to get Brid seat rails, but literally they're like 3-4 weeks out from anyone. Nobody has them in stock. They have to order them from Brid. The driver's side, or the passenger side, I am gonna do rivnets in here. I'm gonna drill these holes out and put some big rivnets in here. This one I can retap. That one I can retap. This one I can drill a new hole and retap. So everything's gonna get Pour 15 coated. Alright, ding dongs, check out the merch, dingdongdrift.com/merch. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you like the video. Leave a comment for how stupid I am. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace. America. Do you have your passport? Did you get your drive?